Constructing a future tense has not been easy for many. Why is that so? Simply because they might not have had good facilitators to help them in this regard. I am here for you today, and in today's lesson, I'm going to help you to construct future tenses in Fante. The rules that apply, plus some sentence examples that will give you a clear understanding of this tense. Future tense in Fante. If this is your first time here on the channel, my name is Ochechrenyi Apiamensa, and Ochechrenyi means a teacher, right, in Fante. So I am your facilitator for today. I will take you through this lesson right away. First of all, let's ask ourselves, what is a future tense? Well, a future tense is a tense expressing an action that has not yet happened or a state that does not yet exist. So this is the definition of a future tense. This type of future tense is not happening any sooner. This could be tomorrow, a week, a month, a year, or even more than that. In Fante, we call this dachi kabia. Dachi kabia. To express ourselves in the future tense, in the distal future tense in Fante, there are 4 separate prefixes or morphemes that are attached. All 4 prefixes mean will in English, but in Fante we have separate instances or separate occurrences that ensures each usage. I'm going to take each 4 prefix or morphemes and explain to you the rule that apply, as well as when it is necessary to use what in a sentence. Let's take be. Now, how do we apply be, or when do we use be to express ourselves in the future tense or in the distal future tense? Be is attached when the first vowel of the verb are e, which sometimes sounds e and e. But this rule would change when W precedes, that is the R, the A, and the E. When it happens this way, this rule does not apply. Let's have some example. Here we have cha, she, and chi. In all these 3 verbs, you realize that each vowel, that is R, E, and A, is preceded by a W, that is we. So therefore, we cannot have becha, beshe, or bechi. So doing this would make it wrong. We cannot express ourselves this way using be. Now let's continue. We are going to look at some Fante verbs that ensures the use of be prefix to express ourselves in the future tense or in the distal future tense. Now, the verb here is ka. That is to remain, to remain. Now, when we attach this prefix be to ka, we will get beka, beka. Now, to put this in a sentence, we have se obiara kwa or beka ononko. Se obiara kwa or beka ononko, which means if everyone leaves, he will be left alone. If everyone leaves, he will be left alone. So we have obeka in the sentence, and you see be in the middle, which is will in English, and or is a pronoun referring to him or her. So obeka. This verb is say, that is to say or to tell, tell. Now we attach the prefix be to tell, that is say in Fante. So we say besi, besi. In a sentence we have obesinode minyimo, obesinode minyimo, which means he or she will tell him that I don't know you. The next verb is fre, that is to call. We attach the same prefix to fre because it ends in that suitable vowel so we will have befre, befre, that is will call, will call. So putting this in a sentence, we get ye befre no wo fundo, ye befre no wo fundo. That is, we will call him on phone. Now, the next verb is ka, that is to say. So we attach the prefix be to ka, so we get beka, that is, will see. In a sentence, we have obeka de yintu mfi danumu. Obeka de yintu mfi danumu. That is, he or she will tell us that, or he or she will say we should evacuate from the building, or we should leave the building. Now, the next prefix, which is also will, let's look at how that is also used. That is bo. With this, we attach the prefix bo when the first vowel in the verb is o, which sometimes sounds oo, and o. We also do same when the verb begins with the following digraphs. That is ts, we, which is pronounced ch, and he, we, which is pronounced sh. Let's have some examples for this. Re is the verb, and re means to chew. So we have bori. Bori will chew. So in a simple sentence, we have mobori nam. Mobori nam. So you see bo in the middle of the pronoun, that is mo, which is me, and re, that is to chew. So like we have discussed, these prefixes are placed in the middle of the pronoun and the verb, right? Let's look at another example. So is to taste in this context. So means to taste. So boso, that is will taste. Boso will taste. Now let's put this in a sentence. We will have muboso nkwana hwe. Muboso nkwana hwe. That is, I will taste the soup. Muboso nkwana hwe. So the same thing applies. Bo is in the middle of a pronoun, mo, which is me, and so, which is the verb. Next is to, the verb to, bo, to, bottle. And to means to lay in this context. To lay. So let's say lay in a bed. So in a sentence we have oboto mpano. Oboto mpano. That is, he or she will lay the bed. He or she will lay the bed. Oboto mpano. So the pronoun here is or, which is he or she. Oboto mpano, and bo is will, right? Let's look at another example. Po is the verb, and po means to reject. To reject. So bopo, that is will reject. In a sentence we have yebo poamau. Yebo poamau, that is, we will reject it for you. We will reject it for you. So yebo poamau, amau. So ye is we, a pronoun, and bo, will, in the middle of the pronoun and the verb, which is po, that is to reject. Let's look at another example. Kwesi war, that is to marry in this context. Anytime I say in this context, it means that that specific word has more than one meaning, okay? So in this context, war means to marry. Bowar, that is, will marry. Kwesi bowar memende yara. Kwesi bowar memende yara. Now, in this sentence, Kwesi's name is mentioned, a specific name is mentioned. So there is no pronoun. But still, bo is in the middle of a noun and the verb. So bowar appears there, which means Kwesi will marry just this Saturday. Kwesi will marry just this Saturday. Bowar memende yara. And the last one for bo, prefix or morpheme to be attached to a verb, we have fo, that is to climb. So bofo. In a sentence we will have ye bofo kubeno. Ye bofo kubeno. We will climb the coconut. Next future tense prefix in Fante is be. Be. Be is attached when the first vowel in the verb is e or a. You say I and a in English. It is also attached when the vowel begins with she and nya or nya. That is HYI and NYA. But note this, when W is attached to I in a verb, then this rule will not apply. Let's have some examples of verbs that takes the be prefix. We begin with fir. Fir. Fir is to germinate. In this context, germinate. Of course, the word has more than one meaning. Befir will germinate. Obefir edua, it will germinate beans. Bepia, so the verb is pia. Pia, and pia is to push. So bepia will push. Ibepia hen, you will push a car or you will push car. Ibepia hen. Next verb is mia. Mia. Mia is to press, but in this context, mia means to adjust. To adjust. Bemia will adjust. Yebemia efirnumu. Yebemia efirnumu. We will adjust the machine. Shira will take the prefix be. Beshira will bless. Will bless. Hum beshira ubiara. Hum beshira ubiara. That is, you will bless everyone. You, this you is a plural sense, is in a plural sense. Hum, please take note. Next verb is peja. Peja means to lift. So this one too takes the be prefix. Be peja. Be peja will lift. Mi be peja pono. I will lift the table. Next prefix is to awake or to resurrect. Benyan will resurrect. Wobenyan uwufono. Wobenyan uwufono. The death will be resurrected. That takes us to the next future tense prefix in Fante, that is bo. Bo. Bo is attached when the first vowel in the verb is o, u, e, and we. Also, you can have cha, ga, and kwi when the vowel begins with these ones also. Let's have some examples here in this table. First, we have putsi. And putsi means to touch or to scratch. Bo putsi will scratch, or will touch. Mi bo putsi wechu, I will scratch your back. Mi bo putsi wechu. Bu, in this context, bu means to respect, but it also means to break. So the prefix bo is attached. Bobu will break. Isha, mbofra no bobu adze paa. Isha, mbofra no bobu adze paa. I guess the children will be very respectful. Wie, that is to finish. Wie. It takes this prefix bo. Bo wie will finish. Mu bo wie edwuma no china. Mu bo wie edwuma no china. I will finish the work tomorrow. Cha. So that is what we talked about when the verb begins with TWA. Cha. This is a typical example. Cha. Bocha will cut. Obocha duano amakwan adaho. Obocha duano amakwan adaho. He will cut the tree to make way. Or you can say he will cut the tree to clear the way. Next is dancing. Dancing. Now, let me take a bit of the time to explain this. Dancing could be a noun, it could be a verb in Fante, which means urine or urinate. Urine is the noun or urinate is the verb. So in Fante, we say dancing. Dancing. Of course, there are some other people speaking Fante, they do not say Jansi, but they say Swanchi. Swanchi. This is not a standard Fante name for urine or urinate. Please note that. It's usually said in people in the western region of the country, that is Takradze, Takwa, Bogoso, and that area. They say Swanchi. But you will not see this word written in any standard Fante book. So talking about standard Fante, Swanchi is not a standard, vocabulary. Right. So let's continue. Dancing. That is urinate or urine, sorry. So, bojansi will urinate. Ye bojansi dan nchen. We will urinate at the side of the building. Kwetsir is the next vocabulary. Kwetsir is the next vocabulary. And of course, the last one. Kwetsir means to avoid. To avoid. Bokwetsir will avoid. That is in the future tense. In a sentence, we have ye bokwetsir na ye naso onye juma. Ye bokwetsir na ye naso onye juma. We will avoid him and do it, but it will not work. Well, lovely people, lovely learners, this is all I have for you in this grammar lesson in learning Fante here on Fante Kasesua. Kindly let me know what you think about this lesson in the comment section. And you are here for the first time, I think this lesson would move you to subscribe to the channel. Please do and help us. Always share our content to others to also benefit from this wonderful dialect here in the western part of Africa, Ghana. There is so much to be unfolded here on this channel with regards to this wonderful dialect. Let us meet once again here on Apodel's Multimedia's Fante Kasesua. The name is Ochechrenyi Apiaminta. See you in another interesting lesson here on my channel. Bye-bye.